the Oakland Athletics. Celebration time at the Coliseum.
Hello and welcome to the Oakland A's UK livestream ahead of Game 3 of the Oakland A's series against Cleveland. I am Matt. Today's game starts in just over half an hour. That's 1:07 PM in Oakland, 9:07 PM here in the UK, 10:07 in Central Europe. Hope you're all doing well. It has been absolutely scorchio here in the UK, a heat wave in the UK, which means that unlike in most sensible countries, people spend as much time outside as they can, wearing as little as they can. But I've been more sensible than that, you'll be glad to hear. So I am not too red as a beetroot like most Brits will be today. But yes, lots been going on in the UK this weekend, sport-wise, with the golf. I don't follow golf, so I don't know much about it. But there's been the golf, there's been the Formula 1, there's been the cricket, not allowed to mention the C word. Lots going on, but there's no better way to end a weekend than with some A's baseball, and it should be a good one today. The series is tied 1 apiece, so the A's are going for the win today to win the series, and we need to start winning some series if you want to catch up on those Astros. If you're watching live, you should be able to comment via Twitter or YouTube, so send through your comments if you're watching and I will do my best to get to them as much as I can. We will be looking at the series so far, so what your comments on that, previewing today's game, looking at the roster generally, what moves might we make ahead of the trade deadline, which is now rapidly approaching, 18th of July, so only a couple of weeks to go, and also looking ahead to their schedule next week. So let's start off by having a think about this series so far. As I mentioned, it's tied 1 apiece, but although we've had the All-Star break and you thought good chance to reset and get going again, to a certain extent it's been the same old for the A's. So far in the 2 games, we are 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position, so we are not risping away as we should be. And we have left 19 runners on base. 19 on base. Oh my God. Hello, Harry. Thank you very much. Love your coverage. Very kind of you to say so. Good to have you on. What do you think about today's game? Are you confident? Do you think we're going to win the game and take the series? I've got my fingers crossed, but we need to get better at driving in some of these runners. Runners in scoring position, as I said, 3 for 14 so far in this series. 19 left on base. Yesterday's game was so frustrating. I mean, the first game was frustrating enough, letting the 3-0 lead slip, although Jed Lowry coming in and having the heroics with the walk-off home run. But yesterday, even though we took the early lead with the double-double, Matty O getting a double and then Mitchie 2 bags driving him in, there was nothing else from there. We had so many chances to get some runs across the board, not least loading the bases twice in 1 inning and coming up empty. Always got to be the W right. Yes, that's true. We need it, Harry. We really need one. You do get the feeling with these A's that we've been scuffling a bit over the last couple of weeks, just ahead of the All-Star break. We need to start taking advantage of some of these teams. Let's get some series wins on our board. And then we will at least put some pressure on the Astros, which I think we need to do. But after the 3-2 loss yesterday, well, there is a bit of, I don't know, how would you put it, tension in the ranks, I guess, among the A's fan base. Certainly plenty of regular A's players are getting it in the neck from some people on Twitter, which is the way social media works, as we all know. But there's no doubt in the fact that there are various guys who we really need to start getting going, because we just can't keep letting these opportunities slip. Charlie, hello from the Coliseum. Yes, fantastic. Lovely to have you here from the Coliseum. I hope it's a nice day out there in the Coliseum. Yeah, we need to get this serious, don't we? One of our friends, Carl, is at the Coliseum. I don't know if he's going to be on. Big Bad Clarky. Hello, Dom is back. Clash with Strings cake cutting. Oh my word. Oh my word. Sup, Matt Smith? Jacob is on. So yes, I should point out that in this beautiful day, it's been a beautiful day weather-wise in the UK, but more than anything, it's been a beautiful day for our friends Hannah and String, who got married today. They surely are not watching this. If you're watching this live, you are complete losers, frankly. But I'm sure you're not, but you may be watching it on repeat. So many congratulations again to Hannah and String. Good to have you on the chat, Dom. We need some good vibes, positive vibes today. We need to start getting some wins. Me and Dom were talking on a podcast just this past week. What's up? If you haven't seen it, you'll notice the link below. We need to start stringing some wins together, taking advantage against some of these lesser teams or teams that are struggling a bit of late, and really trying to come through with some wins, getting these series under our belts, and that's what we need to do today. So I am confident. Let's see if the lineup makes us confident. Here is today's lineup. So we are always confident with Mark Canner at the leadoff spots. He came in yesterday, looked a little rusty, but that is to be expected. He had the injury layoff and had no rehab starts before we came back. So good to have him in. Can will be okay today. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. So he's leading off, and in left field, Elvis. 8th inning yesterday. Elvis with that blast to left field. I thought it was gone off the bat. I think many people thought it was gone. It seemed like people at the Coliseum thought it was gone, but it was a warning track shot. And yeah, that's the thing, these it's small margins, but you can't keep doing it. You've got to start taking advantage. Matt Olson, he's been taking advantage of pitches all season long, so always good to see him there in the free spot. Jed back in the team, so he had yesterday off with Tony Kay at second base, but he's back in at second base today. Mitchie Two Bags, drove in the run yesterday, so good to see him in some form. But Matt Chapman, he's one of those regulars that we just need to start getting going, don't we? He's shown it in fits and starts, great defensively, but we need some good at-bats from him. And particularly when you look at the fact that he's now lined up alongside Ramon Laureano, another guy who has just looked pretty lost at the plate recently. I don't know why. Don't know if his injury problems that he's had earlier in the season are still bothering him, but just doesn't quite look right. I think he may be playing through something. But those two guys together in the lineup, we need some hits from them today. Sean Murphy back in the lineup. We had Aramis Garcia in yesterday, and he had a very nice green and gold chest protector on. So not his usual dull grey jobby. He was able to find a good A's branded chest protector, so that was nice for him going up in the world. But Sean Murphy is back in today, and I am definitely thinking of a big boy home run today from good old Sean. And then it's Seth Brown in the 9 spot in right field. And of course, on the mound today, our all-star Chris Bassett. Seabass, there was some doubt as to whether he would pitch today because he pitched that inning in the all-star game, but he is in, and I'm sure he'll be going full ball today to help the A's get the win. He has been our ace so far this season alongside Sean Manaea, and that's what an ace provides you with. They come in when you really need them and give you a good solid start. But again, comes back to that lineup, doesn't it? Because Frankie Montas yesterday gave us a good solid 6 innings, but yeah, couldn't get the bats going. Do you think he listened to the pod? Pulled some nice clobber, Garcia. Yeah, what he might have done. Maybe we've shamed him into it. I hope he's taken it in good spirit, in the spirit that it was intended. Maybe our good friend Cole Irvin has passed on the message. But yeah, he definitely looked a treat yesterday in his green and gold chest protector. So maybe he had to earn it over the first half of the season before the A's allowed him to wear the green and gold. Maybe it's some sort of, you have to apprenticeship. It's like an apprenticeship kind of system. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, good to see him there. He was looking very smart. Well done, Aramis Garcia looked very smart yesterday. But yes, let's get some bloody hits. Let's get some hits. We've been hopeless with runners in scoring position. Deary me, 3 for 14. We are not risping away in this series. We've left 19 on base. That's not getting the job done. and we need to get the job done today. Looking ahead, I guess the thing we've got to think about is the trade deadline. So that's coming up in a little under 2 weeks. Yes, just under 2 weeks. And we know David Forster's been talking to various media people over the past couple of days, and he's particularly talking about the bullpen, which is exactly what we thought we would be looking at. We really do need another reliever or two to take some of the strain off the guys who are performing well, but we're already seeing some chinks there in the armour of guys like Yusmeiro Petit, Jake Diekman, JB Wendelken. I feel like we're trying to go to the well with them a few too many times, so having a couple of extra arms in the bullpen would be very useful. The A's historically have been very good at going out and getting an arm or two for the bullpen near the trade deadline, so a bit more magic from the front office could be needed again. But we need it because we also probably need another bat, but bats are difficult to come by, tend to be quite expensive. The rumours of Nelson Cruz refuse to go away, and I don't know if it's wishful thinking among A's fans, but having the boomstick in our lineup, that would be good. But again, where do you put him then? Because Mitch Moreland, you'd like to see him come along a bit, and he's really a DH. You know he can play first base, but Odie's at first base, so yeah, maybe an outfielder of some sort would be good to bring in with a bit of pop. We'll see. Definitely room to have a look around the market and see if there is an upgrade there. I don't want us to bring in a batter for the sake of it, but if there is someone good out there who can push us on this season, then we need to do it because the rotation is going well. We've got guys like Odie going well. Jed is doing brilliantly for us this season. So definitely a season where we need to try and take advantage of things. And yes, the A's front office have been good historically at going for it when there is a chance. So hopefully we do that again this week. I was just distracted there. I have got the San Diego Padres and Washington Nationals on my TV at the moment. And that's 0-0. In the bottom of the second inning. Very scary out there in Washington yesterday before the game being postponed because of shots being fired outside the ballpark. You crazy Americans is all I'll say there. But we are going to win the series today. I'm confident of that, and I am confident that we will then kick on and have a good week next week. So let's have a quick look at the schedule for next week. And it is as this. So we finish up the current homestand with a weird little 2-game series against the Angels. Game 1 tomorrow is a night game, so early hours of Tuesday for us, and Shohei Ohtani is going to be pitching for the Angels apparently, so that'll be interesting. Then the game on Tuesday is a nice early one, day game, so it's 12:37 in Oakland, 8:37 in the evening for us, and that is on BT Sport, so great for us to watch in the UK. No game on the Wednesday before we head off on a road trip, starting out with a 4-game series in Seattle. Games on Thursday to Saturday are night games, so early hours of the morning for us, but the Sunday game is a nice day game at 1:10 Oakland time, 9:10 UK time. Tuesday watch along, says Dom. Yes, definitely a Tuesday watch along. That should be a good game. The Angels, I think we are something like 7-3 against the Angels from memory, something like that. So yeah, a team we need to take advantage of, I think. Same with Seattle. We've only played them 6 times so far. We're 3-3 against Seattle so far, so picking up some wins will be really important against them. Jacob says, I think Ricky Henderson is a free agent. We should pick him up. I don't know whether... maybe I'm sure Ricky still thinks he could do a job in the major leagues. I'm sure he could definitely still steal a base. There's no question about that. But yes, maybe Ricky could come back. It's been a shame this year because I know in the past Ricky has often been sort of assistant, not officially a coach, but he's been around the team. You see him in the dugout sometimes talking to the players, and obviously they've had to restrict that sort of thing over the last year and a half because of COVID. So we've not seen guys like that about the team so much, which is a real shame, but I'm sure he'll be back soon enough. Obviously out there in America, they're doing things like having full attendance now, or at least open capacity. Whether that's coming here in the UK, well, apparently tomorrow all restrictions are off, all bets are off, COVID is over, but we all know that's a disaster waiting to happen. So, what pitcher do you want us to get? Says Jacob. That's a question. I don't know. It's relievers really. I think. I know the Marlins have got a couple of guys who. It looks like the Marlins are going to be solid, so there's a couple of guys out there that they may be interested in trading. Craig Kimbrell was rumoured because it looks like... Is he still with the Cubs, Craig Kimbrell? I think he might be. The Cubs are obviously tearing things down, so Craig Kimbrell has been a name that has been mentioned, although I suspect he'll be expensive in terms of salary, in terms of the money we'd have to pick up to take him on for the rest of the season, and as we all know, John Fisher isn't all that keen about spending money, so someone like him would be great. I think ideally we would like a guy like that who could come in and be a closer level pitcher, because then that would bring the likes of Lou Trevino, Jake Diekman, Sergio Romo just down a peg, which is probably more where they should be naturally. And obviously that was where we were hoping Trevor Rosenthal was going to be in there, but sadly he's lost for the season. But there is also some talk of AJ Puck potentially coming up. I think he's more likely than Jesus, because Luzardo is still having a few issues at minor league level, and I think bringing him up as a reliever when he's not right isn't going to help anyone. But Puck seems to be pitching a bit better, so maybe Puck can come up. We know he did that job well a couple of years ago, so Puck would be an option to come up and be a nice lefty arm in the bullpen. And yeah, maybe another reliever or two would be helpful. But we'll see. Teams are always looking for relief pitchers at this time of the year, aren't they? And we are starting to get to that point where teams are going to have to make the decision. Are we in it or are we out of it? And it'd be interesting, in fact, that looking ahead to the coming week, Seattle are just above 500 at the moment. You wouldn't expect them to be in the playoffs, but I guess if they have a good week, I think they're playing Colorado first and then playing us. If they go something like 5-1, then maybe that will encourage them to potentially add a player or two rather than trade them away. If we could do the job against them in a 4-game series and get some wins off them, then they're the sort of team that maybe would trade a guy away. Again, there's been some rumours about Kendall Graveman being traded by them. I don't see us picking him up. So I don't think Different Gravy will be coming back to the A's, but that's the sort of thing. It depends on what happens over the next week or so. That may really kind of shuffle the pack and determine who is going to be buyers and who is going to be sellers over the following week. But the big thing, I think, more than additions, I do think we could do with a couple of guys, but more than anything, I think we need our guys to start stepping up in the batting lineup, because the rotation has been good, the bullpen generally has been good, been a bit up and down of late, but that's kind of what you expect sometimes with a bullpen. But yeah, we just need guys like Chappie, like Ramon, like Seth Brown, maybe Piscotti, to start stepping up. Mitch Moreland, I mean, signs look quite good with Mitch. We need those guys to start stepping up and start driving in some runs. I'll say it again, so far in the series, in 2 games, we are 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. We need to be risping away, not wiping them away. Run support needed for the starters. Yeah, exactly, Dom. And we have left 19 on base. 19 runners on base in 2 games. I mean, that is just... It's not just the missed opportunities, it's the demoralising effect it has on everyone. Mitch and Mark back, hopefully a boost. Yes, I think that is the case. Definitely having Canna at the top of the lineup, setting the table for the rest of the guys, makes a huge difference. And Mitch, he's a guy, I know we spoke about it on a podcast on recently. I was excited to get him because he has the experience, he's won a World Series, he's a good player, just hasn't really been able to get into a groove at the plate. But if he can in the second half, then that's a really good addition. That's almost like a trade deadline addition, isn't it? If we can get Mitchie 2 Bags back on track. But there we go. So, anyone got any score predictions for today? I am confident with Seabass on the mound. I have a feeling that today is the day the Oakland A's break out. We are going to break out at the Coliseum with a run barrage, and we are going to get 7 or 8 runs. So I am going for a big time score of 8-2 A's win. There we go. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. I'm going 8-2 A's win, and I'm going to have to say Mark Canner's going to get a home run. So yeah, Dom's going A's win 7-2. I'm confident today. It may be misplaced, but we'll see. Anyway, as you can see below, our A's UK podcast is available across the podcast platform, so subscribe to that if you haven't done so already. We are on all the social media platforms at Oakland AUK, so follow along if you aren't already. OaklandAUK.store, you can get your merchandise, always good. I typed that before you said there's a delay. Yes, there is, Dom. So there we go. Good minds think alike. And there we are. I am Matt presenting the live stream today. So there we are. I've done my 20 minutes leading up to the game. So I will call it quits here and get ready for the game. As I mentioned, it's 7 minutes past the hour. So just about 15 minutes to go. If you're here in the UK, I believe... So the Padres Nationals is on ESPN channel. So I think it's on BT Sport 1 here in the UK. Or you can watch it on MLB.com. It's free game. All the games are free today, so you can watch it there. It's also available on via the usual channel out there in Oakland, and should be a good one. We need to get the series victory. I'm sure the crowd will be up for it. A lovely Sunday at the Coliseum. There'll be plenty of banging, plenty of signs up, and plenty of food and drink to enjoy. Let's go Oakland. Exactly, Dom. Let's go Oakland. We need to get the win today. 8-2, 7-2, something like that. Win the series and kick on next week against the Angels and then against the Mariners. We're going to win it. Thanks everyone for watching if you've been watching live. Thanks if you've been watching on repeat. And we will do another live stream maybe next Sunday ahead of the Seattle game perhaps. Maybe we'll even be able to get one of our Seattle Mariner UK fans on with the group. We'll see if we can get one. Someone like Bernie, maybe Bernie will be up for coming on a live stream. Let's see. But thank you all for watching, and go A's.